It's your boy Hustle's home, and I'm back with another one. This is my Frank Martin versus Michel Rivera post fight review. I was gonna do it earlier, but I had to let it marinate. I had to watch the fight again. Congratulations to Derek James, man. I'm gonna start this by even going straight to the deal, man. Congratulations for Derek James. He has another fighter that with his signature style, and you could tell like Derek James is one of them coaches. Derek James one of them coaches that is gonna be go down in the history with his own fighting style. Like this man is a genius. He's a clear advantage against most coaches in the boxing industry today. Like his wisdom, his the way his fighters listen to him, the way his fighters trust him and his word and their ability to execute his plan, give his advice in the corner, his his respect. I don't know if he one of them old school players that demand respect, or he just one of them type guys that if you listen to him, he automatically get the respect. But the respect is definitely there between he has fighters that it's like on a way different spectrum of personality. He got a fighter like Jamel Charlo, who is he got a fiery personality and he always about that smoke. Then you got Errol Spence and Frank Martin, who are polar opposites as far as personalities, but in the ring, they are products of Derek James. Derek James' fighting style is you could tell between the three fighters that they share the same exact style, but their personalities is what separates the difference between Errol Spence, um, Frank Martin, and Jamel Charlo when you see them execute the game plan in the middle of the fight. So before I'm going to give the praise straight away to Derek James and congratulations on a job well done on another young fighter. Now, before in my last video, I thought this fight was a 50-50 fight. I thought this was one of them fights, I thought this was one going to be one of those legendary fights, considering how touted both fighters was going into this fight as young upcoming contenders in a lightweight division. But that's not how the fight went. In my mind, I thought from looking at Michelle Rivera's last fight, which was Perez, somebody that Frank Martin had fought like last year or 2 years ago, 2020. I thought Michelle Rivera was going to be able to use his length. I thought Michelle Rivera was going to be able to because he has a considerable size difference against Frank Martin. So I thought he was going to be able to use his size and length to dictate the fight because Frank Martin does not usually show how strong of a fighter he is when he's in the ring. I'm talking how physical he usually don't show his physical strength because he's not usually in the ring with somebody that's like busting through the seams, is barely making a weight. As Michelle Rivera did state that he had a hard time making that weight. But that man, he's very strong. Like Frank Martin could not be moved physically by Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera's tried several times to like put weight on the back, like bend him over, put weight on him, but Frank Martin stood him up every single time. And I thought with the jab, I thought they had a very even jab, but I was proven to be wrong because Frank jab is way more educated, way more executed better than Rivera. See, Frank Martin was coming in, and this one of them things when you look at two fighters of like Derek James's style. Now, the thing with Jamel is his style came from another coach that got converted over to Derek James' style of boxing. But with Frank Martin and Earl Spence, they are born and bred. I mean, they was bred um to be Derrick James fighters. So their jab, look at their jab, for instance. When they come in with the game plan is to go through the jab. See, the difference is Errol Spence goes through a power jab. You know, he step into his jab, and that's how he come into the get in. You know, that's how he get in there and get to work. But Frank Martin in this particular fight, he was winning with the double jab, considering that Michel Rivera has a very significant reach advantage over him. He was getting in with the double jab. And then after that double jab, a lot of times he throw the straight. And Rivera could not get away from that straight, man. Like he kept doing it. Well, he kept getting he kept getting off the line with his body, but he wasn't winning the foot battle. So even when he was getting off the line, Frank Martin had the skill to see him get off the line, so the adjustment was made, and he started shortening the straight straight left. I'm sorry, he's softball. Straight left, and it started catching Rivera. You know, that's one of the adjustments Derrick James made. And in the fight I had it going in the seventh round, I had Frank Martin knocking um Rivera out, but that was the round that he knocked Rivera down in. Now, I saw like going into the sixth round. I mean, after the sixth round though, the first 5 rounds, it was a dominating performance. I gave Rivera 2 rounds, one in a toss up. I gave him the fifth and a toss up on the ninth. But besides that, those are 2 rounds where I feel like Frank Martin. I don't feel like Rivera took them from Frank Martin, but I feel like Frank Martin, like in the fifth round, either he was trying to figure out Rivera or he had took the foot. If it seemed like he had took the foot off the gas. See, a lot of times when I do the um scoring of fights, ebb and flow has a lot to do with how I score the fight. You know, because you can almost feel like if you were like a good student of boxing and you watch these boxing videos, you watch these matches, you can tell the energy in the ring, like who's taking over a little. It's like an invisible morale meter, like who's taking over. You could see when the fight change hands. You know, like a lot of times when I have these conversations with people, I ask, "What round did he start winning? What round did he switch the momentum with?" And a lot of times when there's a like drastic change of momentum, like you could tell when you watching it. But it was at no point in time I felt like Rivera was controlling this fight, you know, and that just is a testament to how skilled Frank Martin is. You know, he dominated. I gave him 10 rounds to 2 in an easy performance. The jab, the IQ difference, the boxing IQ difference was just ridiculous. Like Rivera didn't know nothing about gaining like lead foot position against the southpaw, especially considering that would have been especially important considering the fact that he had the reach advantage and he has the ability to throw the jab. But Frank Martin did have the ability to take the jab away, you know, which is a good thing that he did. He did that. But Frank Martin, he just proves that there's really levels. There's really levels. Michel Rivera took this fight extremely hard. He had excuses. You know, he said it was hard to make the weight, and then like he just can't understand how he lost to Frank Martin, and I feel like that's just like you know the IQ of him in his corner. Like you don't know how you lost. You know, you should watch the film. But he took that L hard, but it's the fans that gotta pick that man back up because I still think he's still amongst the top of the future of that division if he can still make the weight. Because I mean, he gonna have to go up to 140. That's if he can't make 135, got to go to one. So what's next for Frank Martin? I think Frank Martin's frame keep him at 135 for a while, considering he's 26, 27. He don't got much more time to grow. So what's next for Frank Martin? In my opinion, people say you see names like Isaac Cruz. You see names that hey, look, Isaac Cruz not gonna fight no Frank Martin. You know, Rolly Romero is not gonna fight no Frank Martin. Like, that's one thing. Like, Tank Davis is not gonna fight no Frank. Me, I would like to see Frank Martin, Shakur Stevenson, because you know Shakur want to fight everybody. I want to see Frank Martin versus Keyshawn Davis in the future, but you know Keyshawn Davis only 7-0, so we don't know when he gonna jump off the porch. Considering he got a lot of bark in him, he don't seem to have that willingness to get in the ring with anybody like Frank Martin. But it is what it is. That's my post fight review. It was a very good performance by Frank Martin. Very good performance by the team of Derek James, Man Down Promotion. Good promotional venture for Errol Spence Jr. And you know, don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Hustle's Home. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Hustle's Home. The thing, oh yeah, let me make a correction. You know, you can yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram at HAD the Hustler. It goes to the same thing. So if you get on my shit and it say Hustle's Home and then it say at HAD the Hustler, it's the same one. But salute to everybody for watching my videos. You know, I'll come out with more videos more frequent. Thank you. Have a good day.